BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Don Eskridge, designer of the Resistance and the Resistance Avalon. And I'm a little excited because we're about to talk about one of my favorite area control games. Don, I got to tell you something. I'm not an area control area majority guy. I don't like these big 2 and 3 hour games. I will play them because my sons love Game of Thrones. They love TI4. I'll play all those games, but it's just not my style. You know, Kemet and all that. Not my style. But if you get it down to a 45-minute game or a 30 or a hour game, now you're talking about speed. And the Wolves.
Totally.
Oh, I'm hoping you like this game. You put it on the list.
I do like it. I do like it.
Absolutely adore the Wolves. Tell me, what do you like about the Wolves?
So I've only played it twice, but I've enjoyed both my plays. So I like, despite itself, Kingdom Builder.
I love Kingdom Builder.
It's such a janky game in my opinion in terms of the theme, because
there's no theme.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You've got these like towers which lets you go to any edge of the board, but then you have to be adjacent on that edge. You've just got these various things that like let you move around and build a kingdom. But the truth of the game is that if you want to win, like people say it's all luck, but it's not true. You just need to use these janky rules and odds to help you get around the board. So anyway, it's a spatial strategy game. I'm still talking about Kingdom Builder actually. and I liked that game. And I like the Wolves because it's also a spatial strategy game with some special abilities that you generate yourself, and you've got the tactics of flipping over these terrain cards, which
that puzzle is so fun, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just like you actually. I don't have time or the desire right now anyway to play Game of Thrones. I should have the desire, but I don't have the time. But this
desire, put a pin in that.
but just like you, this is a game that I can play with. I played this online with my sister. Played it for 45 minutes, and the theme is better than Kingdom Builder, I think, because even if it's still abstract, you're still howling, you're still doing things that feel wolvy. You're building a den, you're dominating other wolves. Like, it's fun.
I'm going to call you out on that. This is thematic. I mean, when we play the Wolves, I'm not saying I feel like I'm howling. I don't mean it like that.
No.
I mean, I don't feel like this is just purple pieces moving around the board like Kingdom Builder. I mean, let's face it, you're just putting purple pieces out. You really are, you're increasing your wolf speed, you're increasing the range, you're increasing their howl thing. And when we're doing those things, they look like little baby wolves that you got to protect versus the big wolves that can go out and do stuff. I mean, visually, this game is very thematic to me. In fact, by the end of every game, I feel like we've told this story about this little wolf pack that started in one corner and has been just sweeping across the board. Or maybe you're the little wolf pack that couldn't move very fast, but you were really strong and dominant. And anybody got close to you, you were converting their pieces over. So I don't know. I just get into I love the
and having the scoring with like the crescent moon, the half moon, the full moon. That also adds some nice.
It adds tension because I tell people all the time when we play this game is not a 2-hour risk game. You're gonna be building up this engine because let's face it, there's some Euro elements to it. Maybe that's why I like it so much. So you're building up this little engine, and if you don't pay attention, this game's gonna be over on the next turn. I mean, at any time, this game could be over next turn because people start flipping pieces over. I love
because that'll just spiral. Yeah, people could just take a bunch of tokens on ones and put them on the score chart.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah. Put a bunch of dens out, convert something else, throw something else, find some lone wolf and convert them. I mean,
and not to belabor the point too much, but I will just add one little counterpoint, even though that I agree with you, this game is thematic, especially compared to Kingdom Builder, but the terrain, like choosing where you can put your wolves is based on the terrain cards, right? And you need to have 1, 2, or 3 that you can flip. So the terrain itself is thematic, but that puzzle is very abstract.
It's okay. I'll give you that. Yeah.
That part alone is fairly abstract, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the rest is quite thematic.
That is where it becomes a board game and you're not watching National Geographic, right?
Right.
It's definitely gamified, that part. I agree with you there. Yeah. But as I actually had the designer on the show a couple of months ago, and I told him, man, kudos. I don't know of any other game that has that cool little mechanic. I can't think of anything like that. Eclipse has and Arc Nova have cards that you have to play, and the strength of the card, you know, as you go up matters. But I've never seen where you have this double-sided token and everybody's got one that is easy to get to 3. You don't need tokens.
Right.
One of them,
and you might not even have enough. So I noticed that in one game, I didn't even think it was possible for me to dominate a certain type of wolf because I didn't have 3 or something. I could have been mistaken, though.
Well, there is one way, and you got to get those special tokens. So yeah, there are 2 types of tokens you can get in the game. You can get the little wolf heads, and those are the ones that give you a bonus action. And by the way, super powerful. Taking 4 turns before the next person takes a turn, super powerful. Yeah. That's the way to win. Yeah. But the other way to win is to get those little bonus tokens, because the bonus tokens, somebody that's got 2 of those bonus tokens, everybody on the board is completely scared of that person. There's no safe space on the board. All they got to do is flip 1 card, and they can you know, eat somebody that's sitting out there.
Right.
So, hey, while we have you here, would you mind helping me out with the wolves?
Sure.
What I've got for you, let me see if I can pull it up. Thanks to our friends at Pandasaurus Games, we actually broadcast. We streamed this game last week, and all we asked is that people come up with wolf names while we played the game or posted them on YouTube. And I narrowed it down to 20 selections, and you're going to help me pick a winner. And Pandasaurus Games is going to send a copy of the wolves to that person.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do that right now. We'll throw it out.
Am I like going to choose a name or what?
So because this is a board game show, we always have to gamify this. So
okay, let's gamify it.
My thought is you either roll a d20 or just pick 2 numbers, and then I've got the list here. I'll give you the 2 numbers that we have with the names, and then I'm going to ask you to pick the name that you like. I won't tell you who they are. They've just everybody's come up with some names, and then I'll give you the 2 because I don't want to show any favoritisms. There are some names that I like better than others. So we'll randomly pick those 2 names, and then you'll pick the best one of the 2 names. How's that sound?
Okay. Yep, that sounds good to me.
How do you want to do this? You want to just pick a number?
So I tell you what. So I've got the for the win game right here. And
you got 20 cards?
It has 60 cards in it, but it definitely has 1 through 20.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna shuffle these up, and I'm gonna flip cards until a 1.
I'm trying to remember if Evan entered this one. I don't know if he did. He didn't make the top 20. So
by the way, there are these so no one thinks I'm cheating here. There are these extra cards, but these are all above 20.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
So no worries.
And if a number above 20 comes up, we'll just throw it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore it. So
all right, shuffle it up and let's see our first
5.
All right, 5. Okay. Interesting. 5. That's the number, right?
Yep.
So the number 5 was from Doug Daniel 93, and his choice was Doug the Wolf. Okay, Doug, not very creative, but hey, let's see.
Sorry, Doug, but whoever's up next has a good chance.
And Dead Pawn is watching right now, and I'm not gonna tell you what number Dead Pawn is, but Dead Pawn does have a name in there. So Dead Pawn, if he pulls your number, you're gonna have a chance at this.
Okay, so it's 2. Okay,
2. Okay, 2 was Caleb Huval 7157, and Caleb Huval 7157's name was Moon Howler. So those are your 2 choices. We've got Doug the Wolf
and Moon Howler.
So
I think there's probably something even more creative than Moon Howler, but I like it still. Moon Howler, congratulations, you win.
Moon Howler is the winner of our Pandasaurus game giveaway of the wolves. So I'll get in touch with them looks like they did it on YouTube. I'll get in touch with them on YouTube. And we'll get them a copy of that sent out. Let me give you some of the other names, including some other names.
Please.
Dead Pawn said Kane Lucas.
Okay, that's fun.
You're going to see some that have. I excluded this one, by the way. There was actually 21 on the list, but I excluded this one because it was the name father, Steve O'Rourke, who's part of the show. Steve, you can't win. So
Okay.
I didn't put him in. But he did have some good names. He had Fenris Bueller.
Okay.
Nice. Wolfgang Puck.
Okay. Okay.
Justin Timberwolf.
That's funny. Okay.
And Billy Howladay.
Okay.
That's why he's the name father, because he's just good at coming up with names. We did have some others though. There was a lot of Fenrir's. So I was hoping that you didn't roll Fenrir twice, because then it would have been tough for you.
Gotcha.
Tough for you to do.
Was that Lucas? So say the first one, Lucas Kane. Is that based on a famous name that I'm not picking up immediately?
I'm not dead pawn. If you know, maybe explain, because I don't remember. I'm sure because just told us last time, but I don't remember.
Just as a name, it sounds kind of fun. Sounds like someone from the Harry Potter world or something.
Lucas. I'm thinking lupus, because isn't that
lupus
has something to do with wolves, right? Yeah, Lupin.
Yeah.
Remember that great French film, the one about the wolves, Brotherhood of the Wolf? La Loupe de Frère de Loupe. Oh, anyway.
Didn't see that one.
Great little movie there. And then there was one other one I wanted to no, I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like that's all of the cool names. Okay. Well, Fluffy. Nice. That was the other one. Fluffy. I don't know. There was just something about Fluffy.
I mean, based on what I've heard so far, Moon Howler sounds pretty good.
I was right. Canis Lupus, Kane Lucas. Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Deadpawn, not a winner, but
in our hearts.
You know what? Get in touch with me. Send me a message with your address, and I've got something I can send you. I'll send you something out of the prize closet, because you know what? It's a pretty cool name. Kane Lucas is not bad at all. So.